Hey guys, Ryu here with another bit for Blender. In this one we're going to be looking at some of my older designs from early 1800s, and we're gonna be fixing this mess because it looks a bit like a one of these monuments in the middle of a city square with bird crop all over it, details everywhere, no rest place. It's just a freaking mess. So we're gonna tackle this scope because I think fixing the entire rifle is gonna be, a long process. Unless you guys want to see the whole process, so then leave me some comments in the video. And if I see a lot of interest, I might actually do that. But, this scope is actually gonna be quite a bit to fix anyway. There's a lot of weird cuts and stuff going on. So just two things before we start, guys. If you would like to get our free HardOPS and Boxcutter Essential Shortcut PDF, the link is in the video description. We just dropped it on our website, and you can also find there a ton of free guides for hard surface workflow, for unwrapping, for booleans, shading, artifacts, basic Blender information, free tutorials. So it's a lot of stuff. Now, if you would like to deepen your knowledge on hard surface and Blender and 3D hard surface genre in general, we have a membership going on, which is kind of like a Patreon on steroids with a ton of free tutorials, ton of free content, really awesome perks, amazing community, and we are also very active over there and try to help one another over there and reply to all the questions. Josh and myself are very active, like I said, on the forum. We have a special forum for our members, so it's a really great place to learn. Link in the video description, so check it out. First of all, what we need to do is we need to, fix the rotation of this gun because it's rotated. So what we're gonna do is we're going to before we do that, actually, we're gonna evict all the cutters that come from inserts. You see these cutters, all of these, they come from inserts, okay? HardOPS inserts, right? So what we need to do is we need to select everything, go to Q menu with HardOPS, and go to Manage and Control-click that, which will evict all the cutters to Cutters menu, Cutters collection created by Boxcutter. So it's a bit cleaner, and yeah, there's a lot of mess here. Now what we need to do is we need to assign all the cutters to the geo. So select everything, shift select the stock here, Q, operations, and uniquify, and we're gonna have some Pythons. So I'm gonna do it manually. I think there's a cut in here. There's probably some cuts. Let me just rotate this gun and see what's actually changing. Let me just see that. Actually, not much really. This part here in the middle, this part here. So let's select these and Q, operations, and select that, operations and uniquify, which will assign cutters and parent them to these objects. I think parenting wasn't actually a thing back then. This is a really old gun, so HardOPS didn't actually parent cutters to the mesh before. So this is a new option, so it's still not parented here, and there are probably some cuts in here as well, but they all applied. It should be fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select with B this stand here, okay, this tripod, one more time, and select this one. Okay, cool. That's bad. And let's just name it pod. And by the way, I'm gonna enable my screencast key so you can see what I'm doing. So let's turn off the pod, and this one is gonna also go to the pod, and all these gonna go to the pod. So B, select, and pod. PG, Shift S, let's move this cursor to origin. And then the scope, so let's just grab the scope, and let me see that. Yeah, that will do. So M and collection scope, and move it to scope. But then we're going to select everything, and we're going to press Alt R, which will reset the rotation. But you see, if you do that, every single object is gonna rotate on its origin, which is not ideal. So we're gonna select one of these pieces in the middle, Control I to invert selection, shift select that one, Control P, and object keep transform, right? It's gonna parent every single object to this bit, and then we're gonna go Alt R, and every single object is gonna follow. And then let's see if we're gonna turn the pod on, how it's gonna look. Well, yeah, it moved a bit. Also, this element here also needs to shift rotation. There we go. And we can select everything by selecting objects, and we can drop it down here manually. There we go. And that's that. Okay, so let's save it. Now we're going to hide the pod, and we're going to hide the gun. So the gun, and we're gonna move scope here above the pod, and we're gonna work on the scope. We're gonna select everything, and we're going to Alt P and unparent this because we don't need this parenting anymore. And now you can see that we have an absolute mess of details. Okay, we have details everywhere. There's no rest, no guidance, no nothing. Angles of these cats do not match. You know, this is completely like random angle. I don't even know what the fuck is this. You know, screws size of dinosaurs. Okay, you know, random cuts. We could probably use another 20 in here because why the fuck not? So, you know, it's like, what the fuck is this for? You know, it's just I think I was just enjoying Boxcutter, man. So we need to fix this shite. So here, this boolean needs to go. So I'm guessing it's one of these. This one. I don't even know what these booleans do, so I'm gonna remove them, right? Because we don't probably need them. Cool. Here on this mesh we got inserts going on, so we can remove them. So we can remove all the insert cuts. And these are, you know, they're kind of floaters, so they could float on top. We could simply leave them in here for the time being. They're really cool. They're from the HardOPS inserts. They're really nice. So I'm gonna leave them here. These screws, we're gonna remove them. We're gonna add different ones because they're obnoxious. Besides, it's really huge, so I don't want them. Here too, we're gonna remove all these inserts. You know, let's just get rid of that. One of these inserts, I think, is this lens. I think so. Might be wrong, but yeah. See, the lens is the insert. So GY and move it in here. There you go. Same in the front, probably. Just hiding it over there. GY, boom. So we don't really have to do much, but you know, there's gonna be a bit of work to be done here. On these on the front and the back. So most of this stuff I'm gonna be removing because, you know, it's difficult to look at it, but you're gonna start with the bottom. Okay, so this is way too intricate. I don't really like that, so we're gonna be changing that too. But before we do anything, we need to fix this rubbish. Okay, so the easiest way to fix this would be to basically go with 2Shape. Okay, so go with 2Shape, so operations 2Shape, and simply grab that, remove this chunk in the middle, and, you know, just repurpose this. So SZ, and, you know, start scaling. But if you wanted to really go ahead with fixing this mess, you know, you could do it manually. You could do it with, for example, you know, mesh machine and machine tools. Like, you know, select all these here, then go to vert mode, press shift 1, then here and 1 to, you know, and so on and so forth. Then, you know, Alt X with mesh machine and symmetrize it to the other side. Press L here, you know, remove this, clean that, you know. But it's just so much work. It's so much easier to go, you know, operations 2Shape and remove this shite from the middle. SZ and scale this a bit, move it a bit up so it's not so, you know, crazy, and then grab this edge here and let's just chamfer it a bit. Mirror with mesh machine to the other side, mirror with mesh machine to the back. Then we're going to bevel this, you know, a little bit, right, and at the way the normals. We could add some cuts here if you wanted to, but at the moment we won't. We need some cut in the middle, but before we do that, we need to move this one up a bit. Okay, so we're gonna grab this one, we're gonna grab this one and JZ and move it up here. Then we're gonna grab both of them and go to N-gon and we're going to cut it. Now we need to cut it according to, you know, this element here. So what we need to do is we need to move it in so we can see, you know, how this groove would work. Okay, so GZ and move it up here, and now we can cut it. You know, we can cut it in here and here, right, and here, and then we're gonna copy to the other side, or we could actually run it in here like this, right? So cut it through both shapes, and then select one of them, you know, have a scroll and cut this one, right? So one more time, have a scroll, click, select this and difference, right? So this one is cut as well. Shift 2, cool. So now you could mirror this to the other side with a mirror. So Alt X and mirror to the other side so it's even. Mirror this one too, awesome. Move it a little bit higher here. And we're gonna fix this cut, okay? So have a scroll, right? Go to, you know, edge mode. Select this edge here, there we go. And GX and move it a bit here this way. And then what we could do is select this face and move it on the x-axis a bit this way, right? And then simply, you know, mirror. And that's a really nice tight cut, right? This one, you know, I mean, it's okay. We could use something like this here, to be honest. It's gonna look more interesting. And this will do. We could mirror this to the other side. Boom. And, you know, that's cool. These ones could be moved a little bit, you know, away from one another. So GY, move one in here, and one to the front. GY here somewhere, and copy this screw to the back. So this would kind of be the bottom solved. And, you know, we could have some kind of cuts in here as well, you know, for example, like slight chamfer here. It's gonna be an interesting thing. Okay, just copy to the other side and also copy to the left side. So smash machine. Cool, let's save it. So now the front here is gonna be a bit of a bastard. You know, the easiest way to fix this, right, would be to go to front view, go to vertex mode, press occlude, and then select literally everything here. Okay, everything, right, all of these, right, and just remove them because, you know. Then face, Control plus F, right, select, click here, 4, 4, and 4, and mirror to the other side. Let's just, you know, sharpen this and bevel this. That didn't work, so let's remove the bevel and bevel it again with a new bevel. We got some shading problems here. Let's see, weighted normals. There we go. Just reapply weighted normals. Now in front view, you know, we got this lens going on, right? So here, this lens. So we do need some cut later on, right? These are obnoxious as hell, so I would remove them. So select them both and Control plus, and then simply vert mode, Shift 1, and select this vert here in 1, and select this vert here. Oh, this is, I think, mirrored. Hang on. Yeah, let's apply the mirror. Let's apply weighted normals, and let's just fix this here. Okay, so select these, and these, and these, and F, this one, and F. Cool. And then let's select this face, and these, and F, and these, and F. Cool. This one we don't need it, so we could just simply select these faces here, like that. Shift click this one and press 1, Alt X, and the back is okay, right? I think, yeah, it's cool. So that's that. The side here, Jesus Christ. So we're gonna go to occlude again, select everything here, X, and dissolve verts. No, that didn't work very well. Okay, so we're gonna do it manually, slightly differently. Let me think. We could grab this edge here, and this edge here, and this edge here, and this edge here, and then vert mode and shift 1, right? And we're gonna do the same thing on the back. So select all these. Okay, shift 1, sorry, shift 1, and I need to deselect this one, right? Shift 1, there you go. And let's see, we need to remove the connection between them, and then the rest is history, right? Okay, right, and this edge could be dropped down, same here. We don't need it. We don't need it. Any of these edges, and mirror to the other side. You know, that's much cleaner, okay? So that's one. To fix these edges, because like, you see that cut here? Just doesn't really follow the angle. So what we're gonna do is grab this edge here, right? And we're going to GG and move it up here a little bit, okay? To, you know, to create an even sort of parallel edges here. And we're going to cut this one, so D and gone. And before we do that, we're going to move this to the back, so GY and move it to the back. Hang on. Oh, it's connected. There's L here, P and selection, and then we can do it one more time. Okay, Q, have a scroll, and then simply move it, you know, and shift 2. Perfect. These two on the top, let's look at that. This one is a floater here on top. Oh, that's okay. I mean, you know, it's not ideal, but we can leave that. So that's getting better. This mess here needs to get sorted too, because Jesus Christ. So let's just Control plus this, and then F, then shift 1 and done. Same here, although this is gonna be a bit more problematic. So here what I would do is I would go to W select and select all these, exclude these ones, and select these, and these. And wait a minute, that will not work. Oh, Jesus. You know what I might do actually? Select everything here. Like that. All of these. In occlude mode, there we go, without this one. And this one is important. And this one actually too, without this one. Let me just turn off this pass through. Go to vert mode, there we go. And we could remove these verts completely. Right? Okay. And then we're going to close this. So Alt click Shift 1 and, you know, dissolve verts, and then copy to the other side, and we can remove this edge because we don't need it. Awesome. So now there is some kind of a double geo here going on, so press L to select it. Yeah, and we're gonna dissolve that, or sort of remove it. Cool. Now we got this gap in the middle over there, so what we're gonna do is we're going to grab this face in the middle here, so let's dissolve this edge. Let's grab this face here, right? Okay. And we're gonna go Alt S. So Alt S, and we're just gonna scale it on normals up so it's thicker. And then let's just remove this and, you know, apply the mirror and apply a new bevel and weighted normals. Okay, so cleaner. Nice. These two screws gotta go, so select that and, you know, Control plus, vert mode, Shift 1, and dissolve verts, and we don't need this, right? So dissolve edges. Okay, cool. Bevel here too crazy, make it smaller. If it doesn't work, just remove both. I'm gonna apply a fresh one, okay? Because I don't know what kind of bevel attributes I'm running on that mesh. The bevel here is too crazy, so just make it smaller. If you make it smaller, it's gonna look a bit more machined, okay? So scope already looks much better. Now this piece here is a floater. We can remove that. We can grab this bit in the middle here, and we could fix this. So let's just grab this, and you know, let's just select this whole bit here, and these as well, and delete verts. Now these verts here could be collapsed down here. These verts could be moved down a bit, and these two could be moved here. And then this could be symmetrized. This could be removed completely, and this could be closed with 4 or F. Oh, really no. It's 3 to clean it. One more time. 4. There we go. Mirror and dissolve this. And then we're going to cut it with an end gun, right? So, and let's go back. You see, that's much cleaner, and we can design something different here, you know, something different, right? This cut here going like this, I'm not really crazy about it, but you know, what are you gonna do? So that's that. Here, what we could do, we could, you know, run a bit of a chamfer. It's gonna introduce a nice break on the top. Much cleaner already. We could have some notches on the bottom. The scope in general is a little bit too big, so what we could do is select all of these pieces on the chessboard, and you know, let me see that. Select all of them, and B, select, and GY, and you know what I mean. Just make it less insane. I don't know what's this, but we can always mirror this to the other side. This one I have no idea what it is. Just remove this garbage. Here on the top, I don't like this cut being so vulgar, so we're gonna do something like this. Much better. Although maybe something like this would be even more desirable. There we go. There's a bit too much going on in here on the top as well. So we could fix this too. So go here and select all of these and GY and move it up here. And then we're gonna slice it here like this. Didn't work properly for us, so we're gonna slice it closer. There we go. And that's, I think, much better. We could run it from here, okay? So, you know, sharpen this and sort of extend it on this axis, so E, and extend it here. And we could cut it now, so go here, or even here, and like this. It's much cleaner, right? I think. Not crazy about this area here. Maybe I prefer to do it like this. Well, that's kind of interesting. And we could have some element here, you know, on the top. This one is a disaster, so we can fix this by simply removing these grooves. So select them both. Select Vert, Alt A, and Top. And then we're gonna have to, you know, fix this. So select them all here, 1. It's gonna be a mess, guys, but we can fix this. Here, oh Jesus. Combine these two, and remove this edge, and merge these here. So I'm going to mirror that like this. and I'm gonna mirror this in edit mode. Now let's see that. This is unnecessary. This is unnecessary. We got unnecessary edges here too. This should be merged with Shift 1. And technically this could be dissolved. Dissolve and dissolve. Wait. Combine them here, that doesn't work. Oh man. Let's just delete that vert here for a second. Let's rebuild this. So let's remove these two. Dissolve edges. We're going to rebuild this, okay? So we're going to remove these two verts. Click here and press 4 with machine tools, which will rebuild this structure, maintaining the curvature. Alright. And then we can close it here because it's open. Actually, wait a minute. No, we can close this one here. So select this up to here, this one and this one, and press F for face. That will work. And then select the top one and press F, and then we're going to clean it. I think it should be fine. There we go, that's better. So we got cleaned at the top and the bottom, and then, you know, we could, by the way, we could make these, you know, larger because they just, I don't know why they're so small, and put them somewhere here. You know, maybe not as large. Shift S to geometry, and you know, make it just a bit larger. So there's gonna be 2 knobs over there, right? Shift S to geometry and make it larger too, and move it in here. Move it in the middle, and move it somewhere here. Rotate it like this, so it's a bit different, and maybe move it somewhere here. Okay, grab these and move them somewhere here. Scale them just a little bit. There we go. This looks cool. We could have some notches here on this one. So box, Shift S, box, Shift V, object, and you know, create some notches here. Shift V and local nearest edge, and create a notch here in the front. Nice detail. I like it. We could have some notches here in the back as well. Cool. And another one here. So we could actually array this one. Have a scroll and array it. X and move it in here. Cool. Shift 2. Awesome. These are actually strong elements, so maybe not gonna go across the whole shape. We're going to, you know, GX and make it less deep. If you make it super deep, it's gonna be super dark, and you don't want it super dark, right? Let's drop the bevel because it's overshooting. There we go. This one is cool. I don't think there's a bevel here. Oh, there is. Okay, awesome. On the top here, we could have some knob as well. This one is kind of lonely. You could make it a bit bigger, so Shift S to geometry, make it larger. Drop it down a bit, you know, and sort of move it somewhere here. It's a bit too big. Could rotate it a bit to off position. And drop it a bit lower here somewhere. This could be some kind of a button here too. This could be a logo here somewhere, and you know, some attachment for the scope on the top. This is cool. You know, somewhere here on the top. There are 2 of them here. Huh. Oh, there's a cutter in here. Okay. Operations Uniquify. GY and move it in here. That's cool. And this one could be, you know, sticking out like this. It's pretty cool on the top. Here we could use something, to be honest. So you could grab this, you know, this bit, and shift curve extract, and then scale it on X, right? And scale it on Y and G, whoops, GY, and move it in here. And cut it with an end gun and mirror it. That's actually interesting. That could be okay. And then we could have some cuts here going across the shape. Weighted normals. Yeah, looking good. Alright, so that's that. And wait a minute. Let's just apply this. Let's multiply. Sharpen it. This angle isn't catching, so let's go to bevel. Press A. Let's actually catch that bevel. There we go. If you press A when you're beveling with HardOPS, you can change the angle. This one is rubbish here in the middle. Like, see, like cutting the dead in the middle is just so boring. So what we could do is make it interesting. Press L here. Ooh, that's not gonna work. Press L here. There we go. And just, you know, remove it. And we could. There's gonna be a chorizo. Okay. Fine. Select these and Shift 1. Select these two, Shift 1. Select these and Shift 1. Right. Then select these and Shift 1. Select these and Shift 1. Select these and Shift 1. Then we need to delete that vert and merge this. And we need to merge these. Shift 1. And delete it. Actually, not delete it. Dissolve it. You need to delete that one. We lost the face here in the bottom, but it's okay. I don't really give a shit about the face in the bottom. Let's mirror to the other side and W. This one here, we really don't need that, so I just select that and one, select that and one, remove this edge and, you know, clean it to the other side. Let's go back. This one is way too thick, so it could be thinner, so you could just scale it in like that. It's gonna look a bit more elegant. And also the overlapping with the line here, I don't really like it. So I'm gonna select this face, Control Q, which is, by the way, the align tool in HardOPS. So you can go here to align view and right click and assign shortcut. I'm going to cut it. Okay, so I'm going to cut it here like this. So let me just grab an end gun. I'm going to cut it here like this and like this and like this, like this and like this. Okay, and then mirror to the other side, and I'm also going to apply this. Let me see that. Yeah, so operations, smart apply, edit mode. I'll select the bottom. This will not work. Okay, front view. Let's go to occlude and B and select everything on the bottom here. Delete vertices. Perfect. Let's just move this one on X a little bit here. Mirror. Cool. And what we're gonna do now is that connection here is a bad idea. We don't really need this. Now that we do need some middle loop, there we go. These are unnecessary. This could be combined. and mirrored. Cool. So now, in fact, this could be connected as well. It's gonna be better than this. Whoa, okay, never mind. Let's combine these two faces here. F and then mirror. Perfect. So now we're gonna solidify this downwards, okay? So, you know, modify solidification, solidify downwards. And we're gonna press 4 for even solidification. Let's move solidify above bevel, add weighted normals, and scale the bevel down, press 1 to change profile, and Bob Jonko fixed, right? PG. And then, for example, you know, if you wanted some screws, we could still work with that. Let's just power save this, and also this should be moved on this rail a bit here. Okay, it's just closer. Select everything, Shift S, and you know, origins to geo. That will not work very well for this. Now here in the front, we could kind of borrow, you know, this one. No, we can't. Okay, we're gonna cut it. So the circle, and to be able to cut it in the middle here, what we need to do is run an edge here like this. So let's just grab a knife and, you know, press A for straight knife, and boom. These faces are not straight here. SX0. There we go. I knew something is not right. Just, you know, it's wonky as hell. Cool. So now what I can do is go to here to snapping tool, and when I hold Control in object orientation with Boxcutter, I can draw a cut here. Hold Shift and let's scroll a bit more, and you know, click, and then all we need to do is fix the rotation. So Control R, RX90, and we got a, you know, circle here in the middle of this shape. So GZ, drop it down. Let's go back. And now we can adjust it, right? So, you know, GZ, move it up, make it a bit bigger, and a bit smaller. This one is not in the middle, so we need to put it in the middle, right? One more time, why is this fucking cut? So this one is not in the middle, so we need to put it in the middle. If you want to align it perfectly, grab this cutter, Shift S to select it, and grab this one, Shift S into cursor. Right, and you're gonna get this, you know, two of them perfectly aligned. So GYY and move it in here. Grab this one. We're going to scale it a little bit, right? Scale it a bit, and we're going to shift it. So Shift Bow, and we're gonna create a, you know, a slice out of this. So Shift Bow, Shift 2. Grab this one and sharpen. Select these faces, right? Press F for face. GYY. Move it outside, right? Even further away, about here, something like that. Let's cut it with an end gun. So Shift V and view, and let's just slice it with box like this. Boom. And let's grab this lens, GYY, move it in here. Grab this one, apply scale, apply the boolean, chamfer this a bit, inset, extrude it. And you know, Bob Jonko, let's drop a loop here. Let's grab this one Q, Shift Curve Extract, and maybe a little bit more. So solidify, sharpen, let's scale it on Y, move it somewhere here. Select this one, drop a loop here, Control B, scale it a bit, GYY. Let's just reset this GY and move it somewhere here. It's a bit too thick, so do something like this, and Alt and macro, and boom, right? Then click here and scale this, and select that S and Shift S, and just scale it on Y-axis a bit, and we got this. Now this could be much bigger, so we can grab, you know, all these shapes, S, Shift Y, and simply scale it on this axis, GY, sorry. Move it in here, go to this cutout here, you know, grab this ever scroll and scale it so it's larger. Then we're gonna grab this front bit, right? And let's just apply this, smart apply. Grab this edge here outside. Control B that, right? And boom, you got yourself, you know, a scopy scope. It's a bit too big, so we can just, you know, grab this. In fact, what we could do is Control plus this. There we go. It's better. Go to front view and, you know, scale it. So, boom, right? Something like this. It's gonna look pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now here in the bottom, we could definitely have some cuts. Maybe wedge cuts are better. So W, Control, and perfect wedge cut. Alt X, copy. Yeah, that's much better. And you know, here we could have something as well. And same in the front here. In fact, this edge could be chamfered. This could look interesting, right? Or this could be chamfered. Like this. No, maybe bottom is better. That's not terrible. You know, and you could have something here, you know, some kind of cuts. Shift T to taper and have something like this on both sides. These are wedge cuts, basically. Kind of interesting. So I got something like that. And then you can have some fun with it, you know. Get some wedge cuts here. Let's just cut this, you know, like that. Whoa. Just cut it here, like this. And let's just recover it. So I will scroll. And then radius. Press X. And, you know, GY. And do something like this. And just a tiny element over there. Looking good. And everything will be mirrored to the other side. So let's just go back to the gun. And let's see how we're looking. Yes, you're looking much cleaner, okay? And then we just need to drop this thing down on the to the bottom, right? So, you know, just drop it down a bit. So it's not as low. I don't know what these are, but they can go. And this one should be removed too. This one is, you know, it's some kind of a relic. There you go. So, you know, this looks a bit cleaner. It's still freaking huge, but it's better than the previous one. And doesn't really pull so much attention. It's cleaner design. Now you can just go in with decals and add some cool stuff to it. So, you know, I would do the same thing to the gun. Like, for example, this cut in the middle here could go. This would already look much cleaner because you got cut here, cut here, cut here. It's just so much noise in this design. It's insane. So like here, for example, you know, I would just grab that and then shift 1 and, you know, it's gonna be much better. See what I mean? It's just cleaner. This one probably should be moved somewhere here. It should be a name and it's gonna be much better design in my opinion. So let's grab this one and let's go here and Jesus Christ, let's grab this middle line here and literally delete that. So either dissolve or delete it. Okay, and let me see that. What's going on here? Oh, Jesus. Let's dissolve this vert. There we go. Copy to the other side. Boom. And this one actually is just a plane, so we can solidify this inside. I don't even know what the f is this. Like, seriously, you know, delete verts and, you know, delete verts. And then select that and, you know, shift 1, select that and shift 1 and then 3 to clean it. That didn't work. Boom, Alt X. And we can solidify it. So operations all here. Solidify it inside, press 4 for even solidification. And let's move the solidification above everything, remove the boolean. because we don't need it. And let's just make this bevel smaller because it's overshooting. And weighted normals. Remove this junk from the middle. And it's much more civil, okay? These screws from here, they gotta go, you know, this rubbish. And like I said, this one should be moved somewhere here. And there should be a name here. It's gonna be much cleaner design, okay? So, you know, like this cut here gotta go. You know, this thing here. Let's just delete verts, select this and shift 1. And, you know, just select this one. Come on. Select these and, you know, dissolve verts and combine it here and remove this one. Right? See what I mean? It just cleans up. It opens up and it's just easier to look at it because you can now start defining shapes and elements instead of just being overwhelmed by junk. Right? So yeah, this cut definitely gotta go, and I'm probably gonna move it somewhere here or make it I have to think what to do with this, but I want something in here, but maybe this is too big, or maybe we could remove this, you know. This could be another way of doing things. So remove that, and then, you know, move these verts, all of them, right, to the top. You know what I mean? So move this whole design to the top. Right, so this could be another way of doing things. I said, if you want to go further with this, just leave me some comments. If I see enough interest, we can do that. If you guys want to learn a bit more about, you know, HardOPS and Boxcutter workflow, definitely check out our membership system because it's amazing. There's a lot of amazing tools over there and a lot of stuff that you can learn. We have also a ton of free educational materials on our website, so hop on our site and check it out. Links are in the video description to the add-ons as well, so if you need them, just check the links and enjoy. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.